Hello everybody. I started fossil hunting in 1991 when I was 33 years old, so that was a while ago because it's now 2024. Anyways, my very first fossil I found was a rock with the impression of a clam in it, and I look back even today, or think back even today, I was so excited. I literally quit fishing. I lived and ate and breathed fishing, and I quit. So I've been doing this fossils and stuff for, what, 34, 35 years now. But that clam led to other clams. And the clam I'm talking about is called Clinocardium meekianum. And I didn't realize it at the time, but there was hundreds and hundreds of them there. Me and a buddy of mine, we found hundreds of these. We didn't know how good the fossil hunting was because they had earthquakes, severe storms that they haven't had for years. It's so overgrown now. Good luck finding a piece of a clam there. But this video is all about this particular clam, and in different areas of these formations. There's 5 formations there. It's called the Wildcat Group, and 2 of those formations are very fossiliferous. One is the Scotia Sandstone Formation, and the other one is the Rio Dale Formation. And there's a creek that's pretty much a dividing line between the two. One's slightly older than the other. Then there's another formation down that way, and there's 2 more down that way. But anyways, let's get on. I'm going to show you some clams and what kind of different preservations they come in. It's only a clam, but I find it pretty interesting. I hope you do too. Here are a few Clinocardium concretions from a short day's hunt. Most stuff there is in rocks. Also here is a pecten, a gastropod, and if you look closely you'll see a razor clam. Those are a bit on the rare side. I thought I'd throw some pectens in here just to spice things up a bit. These were the coup de grace out there because they're so nice. This is a medium-sized one. The multis were always nice to find, but the bad part was trying to carry it back to your vehicle. Sometimes when busting open these oblonged concretions, this is what you get, the inside of a pecten. Pretty cool actually. Alrighty then. Last summer I was going through one of my fossil sheds thinking I had gotten rid of all these. I had 2 buckets of these. I mean, great big monster 5-gallon buckets. Sold I don't know how many at the fossil shows back when I used to be a fossil dealer. I used to sell these singular and by themselves, and I used to sell them 20 per flat, 65 bucks for 20 of these. But back when I lived in Northern California, these were everywhere, and they're just a clam. Alright, I've already got these all washed, and I've even got a coat of Gliptol on these. No wonder I wrapped them. You can see how even the beaks have been preserved. Not the beaks, the hinge, whatever that's called. But these are Clinocardium meekianum. This is how 99.9% of them are, where they fall out of rocks, you bust open, or they bust open and they fall off the cliffs and stuff. And some of these you just pick up. Most of them are in pieces or broken or somehow, but I would always bring home the whole ones just because, I don't know, because they were there. But I got a ton of these. I found, I don't know how many hundreds of these. Not the best one. Broken hinge. I think it's broken. I can't tell. But just a clam. Anyways, here, let's see when I wrap these up. Should have a date on it. 1988. Month of April. Yeah, these we found so many of these clams back then. We called them AFCs. A stood for another. The F stood for a word I'm not going to repeat here. You're going to have to guess that for yourself. And the C, clam, another clam. Anyways, there were certain areas. These were in a box. There's a whole box. I got a whole box of these in the garage. What am I going to do with them? I don't know. They're all pretty much the same. I'm going to show you some ones that I kept that are actually still in my collection. Yeah, see how most of the shell material is left in the rock. Still a clam though. Anyways, yeah, made a lot of money those back in the day. $65 per flat. We sold a lot of flats back in the day. There were certain areas where, for whatever reason, there's three areas out of those two major formations there where the clams, for whatever reason, were much, much better preserved. And those are the ones I call the brownies. Same, let me get these over here. These are what's called the brownies. You can tell I call them brownies because they were brown in color. But they were preserved so much nicer. I just posted this one on Facebook actually. Look at the size of that one too. Look at it. So freaking gorgeous. Jesus. But the brownies were much better preserved, where all the shell material is on here. Oh yeah, RB16. So one of my very first I got into cataloging pretty early, so if you want to see what 16 is, go to look at RB16. 13, 17, RB16. Found at Scotia Bluffs on 12/26/94, Pecton Gulch tailings. I ended up calling that the Bowl. Very dangerous place. Once I was almost killed there by some falling debris. I stopped taking my kids there. Named it a cockle, or not named it, Clinocardium meekianum. Wow. Anyways, man, get me around a fireplace while we're camping. A couple of whiskeys. I mean, boy, I'll tell you some stories. Holy crap-a-moly. I was a fossil hunting fool and stupid at times. Anyways, look at how pretty that is. Just freaking gorgeous. So I must have cut this rock and put a piece of felt on the bottom so it wouldn't scratch the glass. Man, look how freaking gorgeous that is. And it's just a clam. Probably why I kept it. The best one I ever had was a triple one that I sold to a rock shop guy in Nevada back in the days when there was rock shops. $175, but it was that gorgeous. That was that gorgeous. Anyways, there you go for some Clinocardium meekianums. Oh yeah, and the formations are about, I'm going to guess about 2 million years old. About 20 miles from the sea. Yeah, maybe someday I'll tell you about how I almost drowned in that river. There was also 2 locations that were loaded with concretions. One location and one location in each of the different formations there. The two fossiliferous formations there. And this rock here, this concretion, man, I used to carry a lot of this crap out. Jesus. Beautiful, beautiful concretion. Not so good on the inside, but a splayed open, badly preserved, which actually, I don't know how badly preserved it is, but most of the shell stayed on the one side, where the actual clam itself stayed on the other side. If that made any sense. But man, we used to sell hundreds of this stuff at the Fossil Expo in Denver back in my dealing days. Just hundreds of them. Now try finding one. This place is so freaking overgrown now. I don't even know if you can get back in there. It's a mile hike to get back in there. Anyways, let's go do some editing.